good evening, or good morning, depending on where you're reading this. I'm writing with a heaviness I can't quite shake. I've gone back and forth for hours about whether to share any of this at all. After watching that second video yesterday, the one where Savannah calmly says, "We will pay," I realized something deeper was unfolding beneath the surface. This isn't gossip. It isn't rumor or speculation passed around online. It's an attempt to understand the human story behind the composed face millions see every morning. What follows is not meant to inflame, accuse, or dramatize. It's meant to bring context and compassion, because sometimes what looks like control on camera is actually years of conditioning, love, expectation, and survival woven tightly together, the weight of a long career and close bonds. Al Roker has spent decades inside the walls of NBC, witnessing the rise and fall of countless careers. At 71, he's seen the rhythms of morning television in ways few others have. The early call times, the shared exhaustion, the private hallway conversations before the lights turn on. Those moments build bonds stronger than most viewers realize. Working on the Today Show means seeing colleagues before their own families wake up. Over time, those colleagues become something closer to family. And for well over a decade, Al has watched Savannah grow from a determined legal correspondent into a seasoned co-anchor. He has seen her navigate career milestones, motherhood, personal transitions, and public scrutiny. Through it all, she has projected steadiness. Until now. A composure that feels different. Those who know Savannah best say this moment feels unlike any other challenge she's faced. Not because she isn't composed, she absolutely is, but because the composure seems heavier, more deliberate. According to those close to the situation, Al has quietly remarked that he has never seen her look like this. Not after difficult interviews, not after personal transitions, not during tense national broadcasts. This time, the steadiness carries something else beneath it. Fear of failing someone whose approval has always mattered deeply. The public sees strength, back straight, voice controlled, words measured. But those who know her history understand that posture differently. It isn't just professionalism, it's learned resilience. It's the echo of lessons absorbed in childhood about how to endure difficulty without visibly breaking. A mother's standards and a daughter's drive. At the heart of this story is Savannah's relationship with her mother, Nancy Guthrie. By all accounts, Nancy raised her children with fierce love and high expectations. She believed in strength, discipline, and perseverance. She taught her children to stand tall in hardship, to solve problems without complaint, and to maintain dignity under pressure. Those lessons built Savannah into the professional the world admires. But high standards, even when rooted in love, can leave lasting impressions. When you grow up believing that strength equals love and composure equals worth, you learn to carry your emotions carefully. Over time, that carefulness becomes instinct. It becomes the way you face every challenge, even the ones that shake you to your core, the little moments that shape a life. It's often not dramatic events, but small, quiet moments that shape us most. Stories shared privately over the years reveal a pattern of encouragement framed through expectation. A slightly lower grade met not with anger, but with a reminder of potential. A success acknowledged, yet followed by the suggestion that even greater heights were possible. None of it cruel, none of it unloving, but always carrying the message, you can do better. For a driven child, that message can become both fuel and burden. It creates excellence. It also creates an internal voice that rarely rests. Savannah's drive, preparation, and calm authority on air didn't appear overnight. They were cultivated through years of discipline and a desire not just to succeed, but to meet a standard that felt sacred. Strength as identity over decades, that discipline became more than a habit. It became identity. Savannah learned to equate vulnerability with weakness and composure with control. In high-pressure broadcasting, that mindset is a superpower. It allows her to navigate breaking news with clarity and poise. It keeps interviews balanced and conversations focused. But personal crises do not follow newsroom scripts. They require something different: surrender, openness, visible humanity. And when someone has been taught all her life to stand tall no matter what, the act of visibly trembling can feel like betrayal. So, when viewers watch her steady delivery and precise language, they are seeing more than professionalism. They are seeing a lifelong belief that strength must never crack in public. The family's unified front observers have noticed how composed the family appears in public statements. There is gratitude expressed, careful wording, measured tone, no visible chaos, no public outbursts. Some interpret this as remarkable courage. Others wonder why the emotion seems so contained. But for those familiar with the family dynamic, it aligns perfectly with the values instilled long ago. Handle your business with dignity. Do not unravel where others can see. Present a united, calm front. This is not performance in a theatrical sense. It is reflex. It is the way they were taught to move through adversity. Whether that restraint helps or hinders the situation isn't for us to decide. What matters is understanding that this composure likely comes from deep-rooted belief systems, not from indifference or denial. The cost of never falling apart. Strength, when carried continuously, becomes heavy. There's a cost to never allowing yourself to fully collapse in safe company. When exhaustion builds and fear has no outlet, it settles into the body. People close to Savannah worry not about her ability to endure the moment, but about what happens afterward, when the cameras turn off, when the adrenaline fades, when the outcome, whatever it may be, finally lands. A lifetime of being the strong one can leave little practice in being the one who needs support, and yet every human being eventually needs that space. True resilience is not the absence of breaking. It is the ability to break and then rebuild. The question is whether she will allow herself that grace. Love wrapped in expectation. It's important to remember that high expectations and deep love are not opposites. Many parents push their children because they believe fiercely in their potential. Nancy's influence appears to have been rooted in exactly that belief. She wanted her children to be capable, independent, and prepared for a demanding world. And Savannah clearly rose to meet that challenge. But sometimes children internalize the push more than the praise. They remember the standard more than the reassurance. In moments of crisis, those early messages resurface. Not as criticism, but as pressure to perform perfectly. So when Savannah speaks with controlled resolve, it may not just be about the present situation. It may be about honoring the lessons she was raised with, lessons about dignity, grit, and endurance. Seeing the person behind the anchor millions knows Savannah as a polished co-anchor. They see the confidence, the quick thinking, the calm authority. But behind that image is a daughter navigating something deeply personal. It's easy to analyze public figures from a distance, to interpret posture and tone as strategy. It's harder to pause and consider the private emotional landscape beneath. Whatever unfolds next, compassion should lead the conversation. We can acknowledge her strength without demanding invincibility. We can admire composure while understanding it may come at a cost. And we can hope that when this chapter closes, she allows herself something she may not have practiced often enough: softness. Because even the strongest among us deserve to feel that they are enough, not for what they accomplish or fix, but simply for who they are.